Hey everyone, it's Job. Happy December Daily, day 4. You might be wondering, where is the vlog? And I didn't vlog today. I woke up and I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a great day. And then I don't know what happened. I just felt really off and I decided not to document it. And I think that's fine. I did journal this evening and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be completing December Daily Day 4 and we're going to work on Day 3 because we left it as a one-page spread, but I realized, I kind of want to journal more about it, and you can see the ephemera or trash that's nearby on the side. So today will just be a chatty journal with me, and I hope that's all right. I realized one thing that I learned from the daily uploads is that it is very exhausting to upload and edit each evening, and tonight was nice because I had a chance to kind of slow down and actually journal at a slower pace and watch something while journaling, and yeah, it was nice. So I think on days where work is a lot busier, I'm gonna just rely on a classic journal with me. So I hope you're all right with that. But as you can see, the story of last night can be told through ephemera. I ended up watching the Netflix original called The Merry Gentleman, and it's again the stripper Magic Mike. It's actually very clean if you watch it. You can watch. Well, I wouldn't watch it with your child. Depends how old your child is. If you have children, I don't know why I'm assuming that you have children for some reason. But it's actually very G-rated. There's just some shirtless scenes, but it's just funny and wacky and silly. And honestly, out of the 3 kind of cheesy holiday Hallmark Netflix original movies that I watched, I think this is the best one so far. It's just crazy enough that it actually is fun to watch. I think that's the fun thing about these movies. I rather have it be extremely wacky and kind of out of left field in terms of the Christmas feels or the holiday feels, than it be too realistic, because then that's kind of boring. I want magic during the holidays. So yeah, I watched it. It was fine. Actually, yeah, I enjoyed it. And then while I was watching it, I was like, oh, I really want fries. So I ordered Wendy's fries, and it's weird. I really like their fries. I don't know if they are. I think I watched the Joshua Weitzman video about the fries ranking. He ranked every fast food fry out there. I don't think Wendy's was very high up there, but I really like the Wendy's fries. And then I got a Frosty the Snowman. Why am I singing to you now? But speaking of Frosty, tonight, after I finish recording this and once the video is up, I'm gonna watch the dreaded Hot Frosty. It's another Netflix original holiday movie where Frosty the Snowman, the story, the song, we all know it, but Frosty turns into a hot human apparently, but the guy looks so familiar, and the girl too. I feel like the girl is from Mean Girls. Is she Gretchen? I feel like she's Gretchen in Mean Girls, the first Mean Girls. I haven't watched the new Mean Girls. Have you? Let me know if it's worth watching. I don't know. I love Mean Girls, but I don't know if I want to watch it as a musical. I love musicals though, but I haven't watched Legally Blonde, the musical too. I think I enjoy musicals that are not based off of an existing movie, I guess. But speaking of musicals, have you watched Wicked? I absolutely loved Wicked. It's one of my favorite musicals, period. And I really had no expectations because I was like, how good can they adapt this movie? It's such an iconic story. And then I left the movie theater and I was speechless and I was crying. I watched it by myself actually. And it was nice because I used to watch movies alone in Korea, and I don't know, I feel like in North America I haven't had a chance to do it, and it was nice to watch it. I think the last movie I watched by myself was Dune because I couldn't find anyone to watch it with. But yeah, I think yeah, it's a great movie. Let me know your thoughts. What's your favorite song? My favorite is in part one. I really like Dancing Through Life, and obviously Defying Gravity. But my all-time favorite song is For Good. And when they use like the theme of For Good in different parts of the musical, like I end up crying. Like I would hear like the first three notes and then I would just start crying in the movie theater. It's such a good song, and I think that song really speaks about friendship and especially adult friendships, because a lot of people go their separate ways or follow different paths in life. And if you look at the lyrics of For Good, it really does it really highlights that, like, although we are on different paths now, we'll always have that shared time together, and we'll value that time together. And just knowing someone, you've been changed, regardless if that's a positive thing or a negative thing, but through knowing other people, we are changed and affected as people. And I think that's so beautiful. And now I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I actually like I just love that musical, but I'm trying not to talk too much about Wicked because maybe you're not a musical fan. But I'm on the brain rot side of TikTok, where it's like there's a lot of Bach hate, which I find so funny. But enough of the musical talk. For today's journal spread, we're still working on the Wendy spread. I don't know, I'm working very slowly. This is, again, I told you I was on a more relaxed pace, and it's nice to not speed the clips up today. But I ended up getting a new tape runner because the small one, the one that I was using, I really do like it. It's from the Midori Extra Small line, or the XS line, and I really like that line because it's so portable. But I was using that one as my tape runner on my it sounds ridiculous. This is something that you can only do, I think, if you live alone. Like I at my dining room table where I'm journaling right now, I have like this Penco caddy. You might have seen it in the previous December daily videos, and I just have like stationery and cords and things that I use a lot of. And although I live in a small like place, I don't know, I rather have some stationery at my dining room table because I like journaling anywhere or working anywhere, even like when I'm working from home. I like working from the dining room table, so it's nice to have like some supplies there, so I don't have to like go to the room where my desk is just to grab one supply. Also, one thing that I really enjoyed doing here, one of the printables has this kind of flag with a pole, and I didn't want to use, well, I wanted to use this specific printable, this specific one, and I thought cutting the pole and using it kind of like a washi was a good way to still use this element without having to stick it back onto the sheet. Because I thought, I wanted a washi tape, but again, I was too lazy to walk back to my room to get a washi tape. Later we'll go back to we'll use washi tapes in the second spread, because I realized like I do want to use my washi tapes. And then I put the cut part of the flag up top, the one that says Noel. I grabbed a sticker. This one says journaling time, and I just wanted to put a little bit more red on the spread and actually put it on top of the Wendy's like blue scrap paper. That's actually what they use to cover the Frosty so it doesn't like leak out. And I thought it was cool because I am trying to use more blue in my December daily, and so it actually kind of worked out. And then there's blue in the truck printable sticker thing, and I think it ties it all together. Anyways, for today's chatty journaling session, I thought I would bring up like a theme for our chats, because while we're moving from the journaling and talking about what's happening on the screen, it's nice to chat about different stuff. And so I thought I would ask you all if you have any journaling hot takes. This is something that I always want to ask people, and I always forget when I'm like in a social setting with people who journal or love stationery. I'm always like, oh, what are your stationery hot takes? I feel like I need to ask people that. Obviously, this is like, take everything with a grain of salt, and everyone has their own opinions, but I thought it'd be a fun topic to talk about because I have a few, and I don't think they're like super hot takes. I think there's some hot takes that are like, whoa. But yeah, I thought that's something that we could talk about. You can leave one in the comments below. I think one of my hot takes is that I like how I brought this up. I'm like, I don't even have a hot take. Yeah, I think my hot take is, I don't know, there's a lot of discourse about like planner hopping, and honestly, I think it's fine. It's fine if you planner hop. I know people get really angry when people are like, oh, you're wasting money, and like, it's obviously, it comes with privilege to be able to afford, planners and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's our hobby, right? So if you wanna, abandon a notebook halfway through or start a different planner in October, I don't know, I feel like it's fine. I feel like a lot of people, like in other hobbies and communities, spend a lot of money in different parts and aspects of their hobby. So I'm always in the mindset that like, it's up to you. I think I guess my real hot take is that I hope that you're, if you are planner hopping, you're doing something with that planner, not just recycling it, like using it, as just a notebook or something. Because up to this day, I still have some inserts that I think it's like predated vertical weekly inserts. It's the TRC ones that I always end up starting and I never finish, but I still like use them years later as like a regular journal insert. Oh yeah, wait, we finished this I guess continued spread for day 3. It used to be just a 1-page spread, but now it's a full 2-page spread, and I think it's quite cohesive. The circular elements of the lobster bisque and the Wendy's like logo actually makes sense. Okay, we're gonna journal about the 4th now, and let me lay down some groundwork. Today, Spotify Wrapped came out. We'll talk about that in a bit. So there's gonna be that aspect to the journal spread, and then the grapes that I had were almost done. I only have like a little left, so I peeled off the packaging, and that's the first thing that made it onto the spread. But yeah, I guess that's like my main hot take. I guess that's not even that controversial. That's not controversial enough. Yeah, I'm trying to think. For me lately, I don't know. It's not even a hot take. It's just an observation for my own practice. I realize like when I'm not surrounded by people that are not excited about fountain pens, or like I'm not consuming fountain pen like media, I'm just not really into it. Or maybe this year has been a very like dry fountain pen year for me. Like I started strong at the beginning of the year when I went to Japan, and then I bought pens that I love, and I still use them. I still use fountain pens, but I feel like I'll use like a fountain pen like every other day, so it's kind of sad. And I think the thing is, I'm not really consuming fountain pen media, and I haven't really I just haven't been feeling the fountain pen vibes recently. I'm not gonna sell anything though. I know that it'll probably turn around at some point next year. Usually I feel like, I'm probably gonna have to clean my pens before I leave at some point, and that's gonna spark some new love for fountain pens, because I don't know, I feel like some of the pens that I have have already dried out actually, which is kind of bad. But recently I used the Pilot Vanishing Point whiskey that I have, and I was like, oh, this is actually really nice. But overall, like I've been enjoying the fountain pen that I've been using the most, which I used in this video in earlier part, was actually just the Koiko Sport. And I've been thinking about getting a Koiko Brass Sport because my friend Take has one, and every time I see him use his in Vancouver, I'm like, oh, this is nice. But I kind of want to get the ballpoint or like the gel pen version of it, because I have the one that I received as a gift from Jasmine Marie Plants. Hi Jasmine. Thank you again for the gift. I think that was from last year. I still love it and I use it a lot. It has an Energel refill, and I realized that the Energel ink is so good, and I can't wait to possibly get a brass version of that, because I like the weight of it and I think it would patina really nicely. But yeah, not much. I was like, what? Let's talk about controversial journaling topics, but I have nothing. I guess that's it. Yeah, I guess that's about. Yeah, no, I have nothing. If I think of anything in the future, I'll definitely let you know. But I think those are my hot takes. Wow, I thought I would have more. I feel like I'm under pressure right now. I feel like I definitely have like opinions. Oh, no, I guess no. We've gone to the delusional part of the chatty voiceover, but let me just recap with what's happening on the screen. So we layered the green grapes packaging with the December daily tearaway calendar sheet. I had this fragile Travelers Company stamp. We don't use this, right? We don't have it like out for public use. This is actually a packaging stamp, and I randomly found it stamped on some paper that I had. So I was like, oh, let's just use that today. I actually did a lot of cleaning during my lunch break today, and I can't wait to show you tomorrow on December daily day 5. I'll probably vlog tomorrow. I put all of my plotter samples in a new place, because you might have seen it in past videos and clips. It's just on my kitchen counter. And I realized that's kind of scary, because what if water gets on some of the binders? And most of those binders, well, actually no, not most, a few of those binders are mine, but a lot of those are the company samples, so we don't want to get those too patinaed. and we don't want to get it damaged by water too. So yeah, I can't wait to show you what that looks like, because I'm really stoked about it. And yeah, I actually was toying around with my A5 plotter, which I will be using at the beginning of the year, and because I'm using Bible size right now. But yeah, I'm excited because I actually ended up using my X-Acto knife and tearing a few of my A5 media journal pages out, and I think I'm gonna punch them tomorrow and actually put them in my plotter, because I think I want to move forward with doing my media journaling in like a ring system, like in a plotter. So we'll see how that goes. I'm really excited about it. Honestly, I pulled out a bunch of my plotter stuff that I made, and I realized that because ever since I started working for Plotter, and some people were asking in the comments, I actually should reply to some of the comments, but I think there's some confusion. But Plotter and Travelers Company are under Designville, and so we at Designville America work for both companies. And like if any Midori, MD Paper, if any of those brands end up coming to I was gonna say Canada, to America, or like we end up making a subsidiary version of it, it would fall under us, and I would therefore be working under that company. So you might hear me say I'm working for Plotter, I'm working for Travelers Company. I work for both because it's under that umbrella. But What was I saying? Oh yeah, ever since I started working for Plotter, I haven't really enjoyed tinkering around with my plotters. Like I play around with my system a lot, like, and I get to play around with a lot of products. But I realized like I used to make fun dashboards, and I used to like laminate and print out cool things. And I found a bunch of the Mini 5 like dividers that I made, and I got super excited because yeah, I forgot that I could play around with that stuff too. The reason why I haven't been playing around with it is because I photograph a lot of the plotters that I use, and so I try to make sure that there's everything follows the branded guidelines for Plotter, and a lot of the things that I enjoy and the aesthetic that I like sometimes doesn't, it clashes with Plotter's design language. And so for the sake and ease of photographing and doing my job, I've actually, I guess, sacrificed a little bit of like the personal expression side of using my stationery. And so I think I'm gonna be a little bit more deliberate next year, and use the stuff that I like and make for my my plotter, and then just take it out if I need to photograph it, because I'm using convenience as the excuse to not make things fun, and that's not good. So I actually put a bunch of, like, I love checkerboard, as I found a bunch of these checkerboard dashboards that I made in the past, so I'll probably put that in my Plotter Mini 5 soon. So I'm excited. I'll give you an update when I end up doing that. And then yeah, today's been a pretty good day, despite, I don't know, I felt that not vlogging today kind of helped me reset a little bit, because not that I have to perform, I'm just exactly how I am in the videos, but it's one less thing to worry about to set up a camera at the right angle and before doing a task. So that kind of helped. Oh yeah, and then I realized I forgot to say that I got the washi tapes, and so I added a strip of washi tape finally on this spread, and then I used the pattern paper that I made. This is like a house pattern from the 2022 December daily kit that I made for Patreon, and I thought the houses fit the vibe because, again, I was working from home today, and then I wanted something to match the Spotify wrap colors, and I think this like subtle green kind of plays nicely with a lot of the dark colors that are in the Spotify wrap this year. Also, my Spotify wrap is ridiculous. My top artist is Ariana Grande. I was like, wait, what? Not that there's any shame with that, but I was just shocked because I swear I listened to like New Jeans a lot more, or I thought it would have been, if anyone, it may be like Sabrina Carpenter, because I listened to Short and Sweet, which is her album, like a lot. But I realized the reason why Ariana Grande ended up being the top artist is that I listened to her, is it the 10th anniversary? Yeah, 10th anniversary album of, or 10th anniversary of her first album, which I freaking love. That I used to work at not a coffee shop, a chocolate shop called Purdy's in Canada. Shout out to Purdy's. And when I was working alone, I would always just play, I don't know, it just reminds me of working in that shop. I would always play that first Ariana Grande album, because Honeymoon Avenue, right? That's the name of the first song. I really love it. And the first album she made is called Yours Truly, and the 10th anniversary edition came out this year, and I've been listening to it nonstop. And like I listened to the last portion of the deluxe album because she has recordings that are live when she recorded them in London, and yeah, it's just like a nostalgia bait, I guess, thing for me, because it just brings me back to like what 20 I was gonna say 2014, 10 years ago. So yeah, I was shocked, and then I guess all of the Wicked plus all of the what is it called, her Eternal Sunshine album came out. But my top song, shockingly, was Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish, which is I think I listen to it a lot because every time I get on an airplane, I listen to that song. It's just every time I leave Vancouver, leave home, or leave loved ones, I listen to Birds of a Feather, and it just makes me cry. But I really like that song, and I never used to be a big Billie Eilish fan, but I really like this song, and I think the Barbie movie, the What Was I Made For kind of made me more, I guess, in tune with Billie's music. I really like this album. Wildflower is such a good song. I was surprised that one wasn't even higher as well. But I thought my top played song would be Dive by Olivia Dean, which is I really like her music. But when I was watching the Spotify Wrapped. Oh yeah, if you don't know what Spotify Wrapped is a music platform, and at the end of the year they use all of the data that they've collected on your music listening, and compile your most played song, your top artist, and like your top genre. Also, this year's Wrapped sucked. I think someone said that it is like powered by AI, and a lot of people were predicting that, and it's definitely not as good as last year because the visuals aren't as cool, and they're missing like the top genre, and I feel like there's less. I don't know, like usually they play around with design a lot more. So yeah, I'm with the people in terms of their opinions about Spotify Wrapped this year. It doesn't feel as exciting as it normally does. But the funny thing I think this year was that they did like a month, I guess like checkup on not each month, but like they chose 3 months and gave you a little profile of your music listening habits that month. And during May I was listening to a lot of oldies, and it called my genre of music that I was listening to coastal grandmother, coastal grandmother vibes, something like that, like coastal grandmother, nostalgic coastal grandmother. So I was laughing. I was like, yeah, I do identify with the coastal grandmother because I'm on the coast. I'm on the west coast. I live near a beach, and I guess my music in May was was reflective of that. The other one was like indie sleaze, something. Oh, like cheerleading indie sleaze pop, which is kind of like, what does that even mean? And then the last one was Hallyu catwalk K-pop or something. Yeah, it's all very funny. But yeah, my rap this year was very unexpected. I was very shocked, but I was shocked that there was less K-pop for the first time. I think this is the first rap that it's majority like English speaking artists, which is very weird for me because usually it's dominated by K-pop. I think one of my top 5 artists, but my only K-pop top artist was New Jeans, which I listened to a lot, and I thought they were going to be my top artist, but I guess not. But yeah, I ended up I think printing out 5 of the photos, and I just put it in this simple like 2x3 layout, and then I only have 5 photos, but I thought that I would just find a piece of paper that was or cut a piece of paper that was sized the same as the photos and just put it in that last panel that it's missing. So yeah, I think in hindsight I maybe should have used a different pattern paper because the house print is lost, and the way that I printed it, I just printed it on plain paper, not even on like nice like gloss or like photo paper, and so the colors are a little bit more muted, and you can't even see the pink roofs on the houses that much, so it's a little bit disappointing, but honestly I think it still works out. And I like how I got to use the Everyday Explorers Co alphabet stickers, and I used alternating what is it called, letters for each or different colors, the different color stickers for each letter, and I just alternated between the pack that had the red, orange, and yellow, and I think it matches the overall vibe. Honestly, I've been really liking the colors of December Daily lately. It doesn't look overtly holiday, and I think using the found ephemera always kind of changes that, because it's not all just the printables and the stickers that I have. It kind of breaks the monotony of just seeing like holiday stickers. I almost had a moment of weakness today, and I almost bought some holiday stickers online, but I stayed strong, and I feel good. I might buy some holiday stickers from Nini Mart, which is May Jong's like stationery brand. I followed them when they were still at Yoseka, and I got to meet May. She's super kind. She's awesome. I got to support their shop at Stationery Fest, but I was checking Instagram and I was like, whoa, she released some like Christmassy holiday stickers, so I think I might purchase them just so I can support their shop. But I think that's the only like holiday thing that's on my radar. And then if I do go to a Daiso, I mean, I might I'll have to pick up like some holiday stickers, right? So I'm keeping that open. I don't even know when I'm gonna have a chance to go to Daiso, but I'm sure it'll come up at some point. And we're almost done with this spread. I'm taking my time gluing. And then we're gonna find that final panel. I guess in terms of this part of the video, I was gonna ask you how your Spotify rap turned out. Did you enjoy your top artists? Did you find the results shocking? I always am a little bit like, I don't know, I've always wanted to be the person that had like really cool music taste. I think I do listen to a diverse group of like music and musicians, but at the end of the day, I think I just like listening to pop music, and I do like listening to oldies, and I like listening to K-pop. But I think the reason why I like K-pop is because I love a good upbeat, fun, like dancey song. Like I like a fun, happy song, but I also love a good like acoustic ballad or even like jazz. So I don't know, like I always feel like my rap doesn't encapsulate everything that I listen to. Also, I was surprised that I only had like 30,000 minutes this year. I think last year I had like 50,000. So I guess I've been listening to less music this year, which is really crazy to think, because I feel like I'm always listening to music, but I guess not. You know what? I think if there was a YouTube Wrapped, that's where it would be like 10,000 hours on, or not 10,000, like even more hours on YouTube, because if I'm not listening to music, I'll play YouTube in the background, like if I'm working at the office, if I'm at home. Yeah, so I'm surprised. Actually, no, there is a YouTube Music Wrapped, which I looked at because I do pay for a YouTube Premium, and it wasn't accurate because it's only like songs that you listen to. I don't use the YouTube Music app, and I think it's mostly like they just take the data from when you listen to like music videos if you're not using the app. But yeah, I think we made it to the end of this video. We're just doing a little flip through. I think we do still have some journaling to do. Sometimes when I get to the end, I lose steam and I'm like, okay, we're done. But no, we still have to write and we have to journal. We just have that little bit of writing left. The one reflection that I have on this journal spread while we're chatting is that I realized I didn't have a little space to put a movie review for the movie that I'll watch tonight. So we shall see. I might have to put that on the overflow, or maybe we can tip in. I haven't done any tip-ins yet, and I think I need to remedy that, because one thing that I enjoy looking back at different December dailies is the interactive aspect of the pages that I have when I make my inserts myself, when I follow a more junk journal approach to assembling a notebook. And the past December daily that I did last year, I was looking through it, and it's all very static and very flat, which is what's happening right now. So I think maybe I'll be a little bit more deliberate and put a few more tip-ins and fun, like interactive elements in my journal. So when I flip through it, it's like, oh look, there's a card here and whatnot. And like make pockets and yeah, just make it bulky. Because I think my favorite December dailies are the ones that I made early on, and they were just jam packed with stuff. So we'll see how that turns out for me. But I think we made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what's your journaling hot take, and if you are too scared to share that, let me know what your favorite song or what your top song was on Spotify Wrapped or Apple Music Wrapped or whatever Wrapped you subscribe to. And if you don't, I just want to hear your favorite song recommendations, because I'd love to hear your favorite music. If you made it to the end of this video, be sure to drop a music note emoji. I was trying to think of something that's music related. And I will see you in the next December daily. I hope that I will have the energy and the willpower to vlog tomorrow. But yeah, I will see you online nevertheless in like a few hours actually. Okay, I love you. Bye.